Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome once again to the International Fabtalks show. My dear friends, we are so happy and glad to connect with you every single day. And dear friends, we have a beautiful celebrity with us who's out there to help you, to create a beautiful smile on your face, to bring back that confidence level. And yes, she is Bushra Iftikhar from Srinagar, Jammu Kashmir. She's a brilliant person, a nice person who's going to connect with us and let us know more about her, getting to know her likes and dislikes. Apart from that, what profession she is into and how she could be of any help to you, my dear friends. Yes, dear friends, I'd like you to invite Bushra Iftikhar. Dear ma'am, welcome to the session.
Good evening, everybody. And
Dear
thank you for inviting me to the wonderful session to have a heart-to-heart talk with you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. My dear friends, I forgot to add a beautiful part to ma'am's name, Dr. Bushra Iftikhar. I repeat that again, Dr. Bushra Iftikhar. I kept it a secret because I wanted you to get connected to her such that you know that she is a doctor now. After a minute or two, you will know, yes, here's a doctor in front of us sharing her space who's going to create some type of, impact in our lives, bringing back our confidence level. She is into the field of, the dental zone where she's going to take care of your oral hygiene. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, absolutely right.
Wonderful.
I'm there for everybody.
Yes, dear. So, dear friends, the secret is out, and we have our guest, a doctor, a dental doctor with us. So let's get to know more about our friend, our celebrity today in an official manner. Dear ma'am, may I introduce you to the virtual audience and our guests here in an official way? With your permission.
Please. Yes, please do. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Thank you, dear. Dear friends, let's go ahead and introduce our special celebrity in an official way. Get to know how she became a dental doctor. Yes, dear. Dear friends, she is none other than Dr. Bushra Iftikhar. She's completed a BDS and as well as MDS from the Government Dental College, Srinagar. Presently, she's a consultant, a periodontist at Royal Smile Clinic, Srinagar. She graduated with a silver medal and has got many distinctions, many awards and certificates during her academic venture. She was an excellent child when she was a student, a little student in school, in college, and of course, while she was pursuing a dental professional career course. Dear friends, she is an excellent orator. I like to repeat that. And I love people who have this oratory skills. And she's one of them. She's an excellent orator. Not only an orator, she's a great writer as well. She has written several articles, numerous articles for the national papers. I repeat that again. She has written numerous articles, numerous papers at the national level. You could call it as the national papers on various trending oral health care topics. I like to once again repeat that particular part where I would like to focus on that. National papers on various trending oral health care topics. She's going to bring your smile back. So stay connected and stay tuned. She has been actively participating and taking part in various welfare programs and conferences, offline, online. She's dedicated her services not only to Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, across India, and also crossing borders abroad as well. So we have our special celebrity. Let's go ahead and conduct the interview to get to know more about our special guest, Dr. Bushra Iftikhar. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you for such a beautiful introduction that you just told everybody with us, every friend with us. Thank you so much for this beautiful introduction that you gave of me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. You really deserve it. You're really one great individual who's out there to bring a beautiful change in the lives of people. I really love that.
Thank you. Definitely. I'll work very hard, and I'm there for everybody, each and every friend of mine. Whoever wants to ask me something, I'm there during the session or even after the session. They can raise their questions or they can ask me whatever they want. Be free. I'm there for you, and I'm ready to help you at every level. Wherever I possibly can help you, I am there for you. Thank you so much.
How sweet. So nice. Thank you so much, dear. Dear ma'am, the first round of the interview starts like this. We'd like to know who is the real Bushra. Who was, and how did this inspire you within you to come out and become a dentist and take care of our oral hygiene and to bring back the smile on our face? Yes, dear.
This is such a beautiful question. Who is Bushra? Number one, when I was born, I was raised in a family where we are taught to do something good for the society, to help people, to help everyone out there. So, as a very young child, I used to see, I was very often very ill. I used to catch numerous diseases, and very often I used to visit doctors. So, that time I used to think to myself, when I'll grow up, I want to become same as them. I want to help the society. I want to help everyone out there. And so I was on a mission to help people. And obviously, during my childhood, I did my schooling from a place where we were taught to help people, to reach out to people, to help them whenever they need us, to offer a hand from here itself. So all these things were inculcated in me since the childhood itself. Then as I grew up, I wanted to see for something which was, even though I was helping people on one hand, but on the other hand, I was not suffering myself. Because today I see even doctors, they work tirelessly. They don't have a life of their own. I wanted both the things. I wanted a balance between my life and helping others. So I chose this profession where I can actually help people as well as balance my life. Help with my kids, help with my household chores, and then help the society as well. So I chose this profession. And second of all, as I grew up, I suffered from many dental problems. So I knew that there has to be a change in the society. People don't take it very seriously. I wanted to bring awareness to the people. So I chose this profession. So professionally, this is Bushra. Now, if you ask me as a person who I am, I would say probably I'm a person who can help you whenever you want my help. At any stage of life, at any walk of life, at any part of life, you want my help, I am there for you. I can give anything to help people out there, to be there for them. And always I want to learn. Even if I grow old, if I grow at any point in my life, when I'm 40, when I'm 30, when I'm 50, doesn't matter. I want to continuously acquire knowledge. Because knowledge is something that modifies you in and out. Thank you so much. This is what I am. This is how I believe in what I believe.
Wonderful, wonderful. Continuous learning.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Reaching out to you, anybody could reach you at any given time. You're ready to help them and make them understand the importance of oral hygiene, get them treated. And you also said, like, you underwent certain situations where you thought it is really important for others to be healthy. Like, you want to be healthy, you're healthy now, and you've taken this path not only to serve your family, your community, your city, Srinagar, your state, not only India, but people across the world, everyone. So a ma'am has spread her wings across the world to inspire people to come ahead and to create a beautiful world with your beautiful smile. She's a wonderful dental surgeon, and of course, she's going to do wonders and make you smile again. Yes, dear ma'am.
Thank you so much.
You were sharing something, dear?
No, that is what I was saying. Thank you so much. Thank you for all this.
Wonderful, dear. Dear ma'am, in this process, on your professional front, when you're in the professional field, we all face ups and downs, all of us. So how do you de-stress? We find you to be a very strong and powerful person. As you speak, you share. The moment I got to know you, I find there's a lot of strength within you. So how do you manage your stress and yet emerge powerful and strong?
The most important thing in my life is a healthy tie with people. If you have a healthy tie with people, you're going to be mentally strong. Whenever you find there is stress in your life, go back to somebody who can help you, like your parents. They're always there for you, your siblings, your friends, your circle of people who are around you always. Just get back to them. Talk out to them. That is the first thing. Second thing, what I believe is very important for distressing is your prayers, your connection with your Lord. The more you connect to your Lord, the more you pray, the more you work on that relationship, that will distress you. You'll never have any problems if you face them with a heart that God has sent this to me and I have to work on it. If God is bringing this in my life, there's going to be something good in this. I had situations in my life which were terribly tough for me. But then I believed this is from God. So it is going to bring something good with it. If momentarily I'm not able to see it, but eventually it's going to be something very good and great. So this strength comes from two things: people around you, and mainly from your God.
Yes, dear.
So,
Yes.
right. So this is actually what you have to focus on. You have to focus on bringing back the relationship between yourself and your Lord. And number two, you have to work on yourself, building up yourself. Small things should not shatter any peace. If there are small things that happen in your life and that are not according to your wishes, that doesn't mean life ends over there. This is just a beginning. Take every hurdle, every step as a challenge in your life. Work towards building something so that you can show the world, you can show the society, no, you're strong enough, you can do it. Everybody has hurdles. You can look at people who are below you. For example, if you're suffering from poverty, look at those people who don't have anything to eat. That will give you strength. You can see, yes, you have something in your life. You have some, God has given you something, some things which are over the others. You are better than somebody else. Somebody else is at a lower level than you. So that itself will bring peace in your heart. When you reach out to other people and help other people, that will also distress you. That will also bring peace in your heart and your mind. So all these things, helping the people, building your bond with your family, with your near ones, with God Almighty, these things will distress you, and these things distress me as well.
Wonderful, dear. That's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing and giving us that beautiful, sharing where we also could, understand how you're dealing with your stress, how we could deal with our stress, how we could connect with the world and emerge strong. That's really nice. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would like to tell you that you are an inspiration to all of us. You are an inspiration to many of the women out there. But at the same time, I'd like to pose a question like this. Who is your inspiration? आप तो inspiration हो ही हो हमारे लिए, लेकिन आपका inspiration कौन है?
Thank you so much. That is a very beautiful question you have asked me. Who's my inspiration? When you ask me about my inspiration, I believe you have to look at the lives of the people. In order to get inspiration from somebody, you should know somebody in and out. And then you will be telling us that this person is really an inspiration for us, for me. Now, if you were talking about on my side, who's my inspiration? The first inspiration is, there is a book written by Michael Hart, the 100 most influential people of the world. He has ranked many people. But in his book, you can also go through the book. Everybody is available very freely. It's by Michael Hart. He has given number one rank. According to him, it is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He ranked him number one. And he said he was successful, both on political level, social level. And so according to him, when he ranked him number one. So this person is an inspiration to me, an open inspiration where I can see his life, I can learn from his life. It is a source of, I would believe, it gives me joy. It spiritually enhances my knowledge, and it helps me always to be there. And when I go through the life, I see there are so many hurdles and how we overcame them. So the first inspiration in my life is Prophet Muhammad. Second inspiration are my parents who brought me up. Seeing at them, and today I'm a mother myself. So at this stage, I can understand what being a mother means. When my parents were, when I was young probably, and my parents were taking care of me, maybe today I don't remember what they did for me. But as a mother myself, I can understand what sacrifices we do for our children. We literally overcome. We don't see anything what is good for us and what not, but for our children, we're always there. So the second most important inspiration in my life are my parents. I look over to them and I see what they've done for me ever, and they are a source of inspiration always for me as to how I have to deal with other people, how I have to take care of my my child, and what is right and what is wrong. I'm learning a lot from them. These two things are a source of inspiration for me. Now, the third thing I would say, what inspires me apart from the first two things I've mentioned, the other thing that inspires me is a burning desire to do something for people. Because around the world today, we can see there are numerous wars everywhere. People are dying. And this thing just brings tears in my eyes. And it becomes a source of inspiration for me to help people around the globe. And there are people who are not aware of things. I want to spread knowledge. I want to spread awareness. I want to educate people. I want to make them stand on their feet. I want to make them know what should be done and what must be done in any circumstances. I want this awareness to spread among people. I want people to be aware of their rights. I want people to be aware of what is good and what is bad. For example, right now I was talking about wars. Wars is not something which can actually bring peace in the world. Today we are fighting wars to bring peace. How ironical it is. Imagine, you're fighting wars to bring peace. But is it possible? No. So we have to educate the masses. We have to turn the tables over. We have to educate the masses so that people understand what is good and what is not. So all these things becomes a source of inspiration.
Very nice. Wonderful, dear. Wonderful. Beautiful. That's really nice. Maybe you know who is that little girl? The small little girl, Bushra. Choti Bushra kaisi thi? Natkat thi, shararati, ya khamosh thi? Kaun thi?
Thank you so much for asking this. Now about my childhood. Now, since you've asked me about my childhood, I would tell you I was extremely naughty. I was so much naughty that wherever I used to go, people used to say, "Oh my God, she is so naughty." Though everybody loved me. My teachers, they loved me like anything. And even I loved them back as a kid. I used to respect them. I used to love them like my mother. Every one of them. So as a child, I would say I was timid. I was very naughty. Have you heard of that story where Jack he was given the task of painting the fence?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was absolutely like Jack. He was given the task to paint the fence. And while his friends were playing, so what did he do? He used his mind. And he tricked them into doing the same work, which he found was work. But for others, he made it like play. So I was the same, just a child like Jack. I used to make my work feel pleasure for others, though it was work for me. But for others, I used to make it, I don't know, I'm enjoying it. You don't worry. So I was a person like that. I was a little girl like that. And I always wanted to be on the top, let me tell you. I always, whenever I used to see anything, I used to see somebody at some position, any position, a higher rank. I used to have a self competition with them. I used to make myself like, no, I have to do this. I need to do this. I also want to do the same as that person. That person used to become a source of light, a source of inspiration for me. Okay, this person is at that position. I need to be at that position. Okay. And then that helped to groom me in a way, because I always wanted to be better than what I was yesterday. So Bushra is, as a kid, was, and today also, wants to learn new things, wants to explore more, is adventurous, is very naughty. Even right now, also, I am. You can never forget that little self, what you were. You can never grow out of it. Even if you grow elderly or whatever, you still have a part of that with you. So I believe your childhood, you always carry your childhood with you. You always carry the memories with you. And those memories define you in the future.
The inner child is still alive in you, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it should be. That's really nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful, for sharing your journey as a kid, and the paintbrush, and changing that scenario. That's really nice. It really brought back my memories too, of how that little boy managed to get the work done by making it a passion and play type of method
For everybody else, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Dear ma'am, do you read books? And if so, your favorite book?
Okay, fine. I read books, but I don't like much of the fiction, because all of that is something made up by the mind. I mean, it is something which is not real. You're just making it up. Maybe there are some people who enjoy fiction, but I don't enjoy fiction much. When you asked me about the book, yeah. Number one, I read scriptures a lot. First of all, I go with I am a Muslim, so I read Quran. About the book, that is a light from God. Now, asking about the other books, worldly books, I like travelogues. One of them is by Iqbal Ahmed, Sorrows of the Moon, A Journey Through London. That was first of the book written by that author, that person. And actually, I liked that travelogue a lot. And also, it got a lot of people actually liked that travelogue. It is a journey through London, a person going to London and how he lived over there and what he felt over there and what was his journey. So I am much into reading the books that tell you about the real life, not about something that person has imagined and writing it down or penning it down. That makes you very good. That makes your imagination very good. But then reading the real life of the people, trying to walk in their shoe, that actually inculcates values in your life. And that is what I like more. So that is talking about the book. I like that book a lot, Sorrows of the Moon. That was a journey through London. Then another written by the same author, Iqbal Ahmed, through his journey through Britain and other parts of the world. So I like more of the travelogue kind of books, though I have read a lot of other books. But this is one of the most beautiful book that I've read through. And I would recommend people to just go through the book once.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks a lot. Dear ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you, dear. God bless. Dear ma'am, how do we remember you and why should people remember Dr. Bushra? क्यों याद करना है और किस बात के लिए डॉक्टर बुशरा को याद करनी है?
Why should you remember me? Number one, right now I'll tell you, I'm at a stage in every person God has given everybody some abilities, some I would say some skills. So I believe I am there for people. Like in the first part, I told you, I am there for everybody. I am ready to help people. So this is what I want people to remember me for. Whenever somebody would come to me, I don't want that person to go without any advice. It doesn't only mean monetary help. It means help in the form of an advice, even a smile, Smile does wonders. If you smile back at somebody or if you smile at somebody, it intrinsically generates positive energy. And this positive energy brings a change in your life. If somebody keeps on smiling daily, and you see the same person smiling every day, eventually you're going to smile. So this is what I want people to remember me for. I want people to remember me for bringing joy in their life, helping them whenever they want me to be in their life, because I want to be available for everybody, selfless. I want to be there for everybody, selfless. So this is why I want people to remember me, but I have to work on it right now. As such, I haven't done much on this, but I want to spread it not just nationally, but internationally. I want there to be for people everywhere. I know the sufferings of the people, of the common masses, of those people where we don't see the suffering. Suffering cannot just be in the form of physical suffering. It can be emotional suffering.
Yes.
There are so many people in the society who are suffering bad emotionally. I am from UT JNK. So this is a very militarized zone. So many people over here, they have mental health issues. Many people. And when I see them depressed, a lot of people over here, adolescents, teenagers, they resort to smoking. Even I have done some studies on effect of smoking, even on your oral health, etc. I have done these things. But then when I was going through the literature that time, I saw an alarming thing. People over here resort to smoking, drug addiction, all these things just to overcome their mental stress. So I believe what I need people to remember me for is like, I want to help them out. I want to motivate them. I want to bring them out from where they are. I want them to learn. This is not the end of the world. Any problem will not make you die. You just have to, these are just some bad days in your life. You have to overcome those bad days. And then happiness is going to come. It will definitely come. Because I believe after every thing that happens, after every bad thing that happens in your life, there's going to be something very great. So if you see darkness around, don't just lose hope. Search for that ray of light that brings you to light. Darkness is not the end of the world. Every night brings back day. Even every day brings back night. This is life. Today there is sadness, tomorrow it's going to be happy. Tomorrow, if you are happy, there is going to be sadness. This is life. You need to have a balance between your sad phase and your happy phase. Your happy life should not excite you a lot. Your sadness should not trench you into depression. This is how it is. So I want people to remember me for motivating them, for helping them, for being there for them, for counseling them. Though I'm not a counselor, I'm a person who can help you with your oral health anytime. But yes, I'm definitely there for anybody, any sort of help. I'm there. And this is what I want people to remember me in their life for this thing.
How sweet. You're such a great humanitarian. When you say all of this, I could see that you're on the lines of being a great humanitarian across the world, giving importance to human life and human values.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Very nice, dear. Dear ma'am, do you ever watch movies? And if yes, your favorite movie? And if no, then we can pass on to the next question.
No. I'll answer that question as well.
Yes, dear.
Okay. Now about the movies, right? When we're talking about the books, I told you I don't like fiction. Same. I don't like fiction. When you're talking about movies, I don't like fictitious things. Though they bring you momentarily joy, like I was telling you, I'm a doctor, so I know dopamine is released, your hormones are released when you watch these things. Your adrenaline, you have an adrenaline rush, you have an adrenaline pump in your body. So all this brings you that happiness, that joy. But this is not the real joy. Now, again, about the movies I'm telling you, I watch movies, but what I watch is animation. That is also fictitious, but that is this dopamine that releases in me. This animation, and some of the animations I would like to tell you about. 101 Dalmatians, You're Frozen. These things I watch. They are very childish, but then I like to be on a side where these things, because movies have a power to change the world. If they are used correctly, they can actually change the world, because it changes your mindset. It's a big thing to control the minds of the people. If somebody is made to watch a sad movie again, every day, they will eventually land into depression. They will find everything sad in their life. They will not look at the happiness. If somebody is again and again shown movies which are adventurous, they would love to go on adventures. So, all these things, they can groom you up. I don't want movies to control my mind. That's why I don't want to watch a lot of fictitious movies. Yeah, apart from that, I watch animations. A lot of animations I've watched. Almost every animation I've watched. 101 Dalmatians, Frozen, every animation, Barbie, these childish animations, because they bring in you that sense of warmth and love, and you feel good. So that's why I'm into watching animated movies, not much into watching fictitious. I just explained you my perspective of watching the fictitious movies. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong, but then they are a powerful weapon to control the mind of the people.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing. That's really very nice. Dear Bushra ma'am, Dr. Bushra, I should say not Bushra ma'am. Yes, dear. You're a friend now, so I could call you even dear Bushra ma'am.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes, absolutely. I'm there.
Thank you, dear. Dear ma'am, if you weren't a dentist now, a person concerned with, dentistry and oral hygiene, you're an implantologist as well. We'll come on to that in a few minutes. Dear ma'am, if you weren't who you are now in this profession, what other profession you would have chosen?
A very, very beautiful question that you have asked me. If I was not, I would not just say a dentist. I would eliminate the entire medical field. Because right now, I can tell you, I can be a doctor. But that is the same thing. The doctor of teeth, doctor of an eye, doctor of an ear, that is the entire perspective. I'll eliminate the range of being a medical professional. Apart from that, I'll tell you what I wanted to be, or what I would be if I was not a dentist. I would have liked to be a teacher. if not a dentist? Because this is what you have, little budding minds with you. When you take care of children, you're not just taking care of a child, you're taking care of the entire nation, because this is what builds up the entire nation. Your entire future, your entire generation is in front of you. And what you plant in them, this is what they are coming up with. I have seen children are much more attached to their teachers than to their parents. They would listen to you, they would respect you, but what the teachers would tell them, it would be like on the top. There would be nothing to stop them, on the top, absolutely on the top. So I believe I would be a teacher to groom the budding minds, to help them to understand them their life. If you don't help the children in the very young age, they won't be able to face difficulties in their life. Every child can only overcome the struggles if they are taught how to overcome the struggles. If a mother is always angry on her child, this will infuse negativity in the child. If a mother is every time happy with the child, this will infuse positivity in the child. But if a teacher is happy with the child always, this will make his entire time, the school time, as well as his behavior with the parents, extremely good. So I believe if I would not be a person in the health care, I would be a teacher to build up the society, to build up the young minds, to encourage them to come out of their comfort zone, to come out of their cocoons. You know, children are just like small butterflies in their cocoons. They just need to be groomed, mentally prepared to come out of their shell, to come out of their comfort zone. Each individual being is so powerful that if we work on ourselves, we can actually convert the entire world into a safer, a better place for everybody. So this is the job of a teacher. If a teacher works on the students well, he or she can bring out colors in the life of a child, and he or she can make the society warmer, beautiful. So this is what I would be if I was not a dentist. I would be a teacher grooming the younger buds.
But today I consider you to be both a great dentist and of course a great teacher as well. You are a great teacher to many of us. The way you speak, the way you put your thoughts across the table, wonderful, ma'am. Brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
That's
much.
really very nice. So nice. That's really very
This
nice.
is a pleasure. This is a pleasure that I'm receiving so good compliments from you. This is a pleasure in itself. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, ma'am. But in fact, you are mesmerizing us. The way you speak, I could see there's a great part within you, a great teacher, a great humanitarian, and of course, a great dentist. And of course, we're going to now talk about on this topic called as implantology. Would you just enlighten us as to what it is and how people could benefit from the services that you're offering, ma'am?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Now, asking me professionally what implantology is. If first of all, I would introduce myself as I'm a periodontist. Who's a periodontist? A periodontist is a person who deals with the gums and the bone, not with the tooth. You don't deal with the teeth, but you deal with the structures around the teeth. That is the gums, the pink part that you see. Many people are not aware with the terminology, so I'm just explaining for them a little bit. Gums are the pink part around the tooth, and the teeth itself are housed in the bone of the jaw, the upper and the lower jaw. So I am a doctor of this gums and this bone in simpler terms. Now coming to the implantology, what this is, if somebody loses the bone or the teeth comes out, or because of any reason he or she loses a teeth, then there's a gap. In order to fill this gap with something, the most I would say desired thing right now is something that mimics a tooth. So this is an implant. An implant exactly mimics a tooth. A teeth or a tooth has two main parts. It has the upper part, that is the crown, and the lower part, that is the root. The root goes inside the tooth, inside your gums, inside your teeth, inside your bone, and the upper part that stays out or that sticks out in the mouth that you can see are the crown, the two parts. Implant has same two parts. One of the part that goes inside your jaw, inside your bone, that is the metal part, and the other part that sticks out, that is the crown part. So implant is something simply that replaces the natural tooth. It is just like a tooth with two parts, one part inside your bone and the other covering or a crown on the top of it. So I'm an implantologist means I am a person that just deals with, conserves the tooth. So I conserve the bone. I conserve the gums around the bone. And for that, if somebody has a missing tooth, they go for an implant. Now, what are the benefits of an implant? I would say probably, because professionally now you're asking me about the implant, I would say there are many options to replace a tooth. If somebody has lost a tooth anywhere, you come up with many options. The first option that was very primitive, that we don't do it right now, are the temporary removable dentures. That is something which goes in the mouth and comes out at will. For example, somebody is going to sleep in the evening or going to go for want to clean the teeth, they can take it out, clean it with water, and place it back. That are the removable dentures. Removable, not just dentures, removable prostheses, I would say. This is obsolete. Not many dentists do it now. The second thing are the permanent things that go on the top of the crown. That is a bridge. If somebody has a missing tooth, what they do is that the two teeth on the sides of the missing, like I'm showing you, the two teeth, these are the two teeth, then we have a gap in the middle. They cut these two teeth and prepare them for the crowns and then make a crown in the center. So this is called a bridge. This is the second option. The third option is not touching these two teeth, keep them like that, and in the center we can place an implant. So the best option is an implant because it doesn't do anything with the other two teeth. They are conserved. But when you talk about a bridge, you need to cut something that is natural. Naturally, they are built like that. They don't have any pathology. They don't have anything abnormal. But you're cutting them for the
Yes, dear.
sake of giving a crown. So this is what I would probably say. This is an implant.
Wonderful, ma'am. So clearly you've explained that. That's really very nice. That's really nice. So dear
Thank
friends,
you.
yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. This is what I was telling you about implant. And
yes, ma'am.
now again, dentistry is not like what you see, just taking part or just taking care of the teeth. Dentistry is much broader. Now, today, people are not much aware about dentistry. Dentistry has branches in itself. There's an implantologist, like I'm talking like what I am, periodontist and an implantologist. Apart from that, we have a conservative dentist, we have oral pathologist, we have a oral microbiologist, we have a prosthodontist, we have an orthodontist, we have an oral physician, we have a SPM person, that's a public health dentist. So dentistry is very broad. Now, I just want to create an awareness among the people about the various things about dentistry in itself, because people are not aware. They just simply go to anybody, whoever is nearby for their treatment. But no, it's not like that. If somebody has a heart problem, they should go to a cardiologist only. If somebody has a problem in the eye, they should go to an ophthalmologist. I hope these terms are not tough for people to, otherwise I would make it simpler. For example, somebody has an eye problem, they would to go to an eye doctor. Somebody has a heart problem, they would go to a heart doctor. Somebody has a problem with the ears, they would go to a ear, nose, throat doctor. I'm making it simpler, not using much of the medical terms. So this is what I'm telling you. Like that, similarly, somebody has a problem with any part of the tooth, they should go to that particular doctor. So in the teeth itself, we have many, many, many doctors. Like what I told you right now, I'm a doctor of the gums and the bone. So I will not be taking care of the tooth. For the teeth, there is some other doctor. And then for people who have a lot of missing teeth or the entire jaw, they don't have any teeth, they have prosthodontists who build up the tooth. Then somebody has malaligned tooth, that is aage piche, malaligned. For that, we have an orthodontist. So I just want to make my audience aware of this fact also, that dentistry, the scope of the dentistry is much wider than what we think. It's not just a person taking care of dant hai or muh hai to bas. No, It is much wider to it. You know, this mouth, it brings, I would say it is the gateway to your systemic health. Mouth is the gateway to your systemic health. You know, diabetes, sugar की बीमारी, like we call it, जिसमें sugar होता है, diabetes, high blood sugar. A person who is diabetic, if he or she takes care of their oral hygiene, they can probably bring down their diabetes. You know, that's a great thing. People are not aware of it. But you know, there are many studies. For example, one of the study by Erickson, he said, like, if you are able to do or maintain good oral health, you can bring down your diabetes HbA1c level. People who are diabetic, they will understand what HbA1c is. This can be of some help to them. They can bring it down 0.3 to 0.4%. That is a lot, because you know, up to 6, it is a normal level. Up to 6, it is a normal. Up to 6, it is normal level. After that, after 6, it is diabetic. Now, if somebody wants to maintain a good oral hygiene, or if somebody maintains a good oral hygiene, they are going to bring it back 0.3 to 0.4%. That's a lot. If from HbA1c level 6, even if you go up 0.1, even if it becomes 6.1, you are done. A person who has a level of HbA1c level of 6.1 is diabetic. So if he or she maintains a good oral hygiene, they can bring back this 0.1 back. So oral hygiene is actually the gateway to your systemic health, not just diabetes, you know, your pregnancy, females, I'm talking about the females. Pregnancy, what we have is that we have increased blood supply to even your gums. So pregnant women, they don't know. People don't know. Awareness needs to be spread at every level. Pregnant women, they have a lot of gum bleeding, very heavy gum bleeding. They have even those tumor-like growths on their gums. So if they know what is to be done and which doctor is to be consulted in oral care, and they need to understand this is a normal part of pregnancy, but they don't know, because awareness is lacking in our society. So I believe we need to spread awareness about all the other fields of dentistry and the scope of dentistry as well. So this is what professionally I started with the term implantology and explained all this through. So this is in general about my profession and implantology.
Thank you, ma'am. We are really happy that, not happy, we are grateful, happy and grateful both. कि भाई आपने इतना सब कुछ शेयर कर दिया आज, बहुत बहुत खूब, धन्यवाद. Thank you very much, because we don't know actually what are all these terms, and we said dentist, he will do everything, but you have made it very clear. There's a big branch. You know, dentistry is branched out. There are different doctors, dental doctors, you know, performing different types of, you know, treatments. Implantologist and periodontist, and there are the others also. Yeah, that's really nice to enlighten the common man to understand the real importance of oral hygiene. You mentioned diabetes, you mentioned pregnant women. You know, we were all unaware. Even when I was having my child, I didn't know that why am I getting, dental issues. So it's connected. You say there are certain terms and conditions that's why when you are pregnant, you are going to face certain dental issues. So that's really very nice. And you need to create awareness about it. And today you've been trying your best in this short span of time, you know, to create a little awareness about oral hygiene and about oral health. Beautiful, ma'am. You have a lovely way of presenting your style and your method in a very clear-cut fashion. That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, I would request you to please share your email ID such that if any of our virtual audience or our guests would like to connect with you, would you kindly share your email ID? If they could.
Yes, 1 minute. I'll be
yes, please. We will wait for you, dear. Dear friends, this is really very nice to know that everything that we consume and that enters into our body is concerned with our oral hygiene. Good oral hygiene will definitely keep us fit and fine. And of course, our inner system is all based on what we put into our mouth, how we maintain the oral hygiene, and how we keep our smile sweet and cute. And yes, let's go back to our guest. She'll be back here with her email ID, where we could connect with her and get more information, accurate information. Yes, dear friends, we'll do that. Yes, dear friends. Now our special guest, Dr. Bushra, will share her email ID with us for our benefit. Yes, dear ma'am. Over to you, dear.
Thank you so much for asking me, and it's my privilege to actually be a part of this program and actually be there for helping people. So for that, if anybody has any questions or want to connect to me, my email address is BUSHRA dot IFTIKHAR11 @gmail.com. I would read that through together. Bushra.Iftikhar11 @gmail.com. I have given that in the chat section as well. All the participants who are live with me can take it from there as well. It is BUSHRA dot IFTIKHAR11 @gmail.com. Bushra.Iftikhar11 @gmail.com. I hope I repeated it several times so that everybody gets it very clearly.
Yes, dear. Thank you very much. That's really
Thank
very
you.
nice to put it clear across the table that this is the Gmail ID where you could ask any questions regarding oral hygiene. And of course, if you need any assistance with regard to your oral hygiene, you could connect with ma'am, and she's all there for you to help you and guide you and show you the right path and bring back up the beautiful smile on your face. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we come up with the next question. How many
Yes.
languages could you speak?
Okay, that's a very good question. As such, I can speak 3 languages clearly. My mother tongue, that is Kashmiri. I can speak that well. Second language is Hindi or Urdu. Probably they are sister languages. I can speak that well. And the third language is English. I am very fluent in English as well. Apart from that, I'm trying to learn a little bit of Arabics. Very few. I would say, a beginner in Arabic. But eventually, I would be doing that also. During my childhood, I tried to learn it, but because of a lot of load from my studies, etc., I did not have time. Now, as we're settling through our life, I believe some things we leave behind and some loads we carry with us. So this is something that I'm carrying with myself since my childhood, and I need to work on it. So probably right now I know 3 languages as well. Fourth I have to work on. That I said Arabic. Apart from that, 3 languages I know: English, Urdu, and Kashmiri, or Hindi or Kashmiri. Hindi also I can speak very well, and Kashmiri as well, my mother tongue.
Wonderful, dear. Wonderful. Very nice. Dear ma'am, would you oblige to sing a song for us? Yes, no.
Song.
In Kashmiri हो जाए थोड़ा सा छोटी सी गाना.
Kashmiri.
Maybe a
Okay.
line or two.
Okay. Naktarusatui nawas lagai mim hai mim dalas lagai bakamalo kamalas lagai mim hai mim dalas lagai. I'm not a very good singer. I have a very bad voice. But for you, I did. I just asked me. I did it. Thank you so much.
You have a nice voice, ma'am, and you were singing very sweetly. Although the song was, quite, I couldn't understand it, but I could go with the flow. You were like, you beautifully into that flow. You brought us into that, that space where we could understand that, yeah, this is a beautiful song from Kashmir. That's really nice. You could take a minute or two and you could explain what was that song all about. That would really make us feel more good. Yes, dear.
Okay, like you asked me in the beginning about my inspiration.
Yes, dear.
I did tell you about the first person, Michael Hart book. I told you about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him.
Yes.
This song is just about him.
Oh, great.
Just about, it is the name. I was just reciting the name in our local language. It is the letters of the name. I was talking about it. These are the letters of the name of the Prophet. So this is what I was reading through. You asked me about what I was reading, so this is what I was reading. The letters of the Prophet, because it brings, I told you, you need to connect to your Lord. to your God. And I was reciting the letters of Mim, Hai, Mim, and Dal. These four letters are the name of Muhammad. So, according to Muslims, he is a messenger, he is a prophet. So, it brings joy to me to take the name of the prophet. And it connects me to my Lord. So, this is what we need to learn in our life, to connect back to the Lord. Because all the problems are connected, with each other. If we connect to our Lord, problems are gone. You will not face any problem in your life. You need to connect to the power that is higher to you, to the power that is the controller of everything. Even the hearts, your mind, your foot, everybody, people belonging to any faith, but everybody believes that everything comes from the God. Faith is something that a person believes, but everybody believes there's a God. Everybody believes God is a person. God is somebody who does everything. This is what it is. If you believe in that superpower, on that power which can do everything, that power has the potential to change the scene in your life, to change your heart. You just need to believe and keep your trust on Almighty. Almighty will, as a Muslim, I believe God has attributes. Like I would tell you some of them. Everybody believes on these attributes. Like I would say, Ar-Rahman, the one who's the most merciful. Al-Wadud, who's the loving. So if God has such beautiful attributes, he's the one who forgives. Why can't we forgive? When he's the loving, why can't we love each other? Why to spread hatred? This is what we have to inculcate in our life. The more we inculcate, the more we learn, the more we grow out of eating each other away, the more peace and calm we will feel in our life. So this is what it is. And this is coming from the song. This is what the song was actually about.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing that, for explaining the song so well. That's really very nice. Let's have faith and hope in the Lord and the Almighty to give us a better life, not only for us, but for people across the world. Dear ma'am, we'd like to have a small segment with you called as the rapid fire round, where we get to know more about your likes and dislikes. It will just take 5 minutes. May I take 5 minutes from your time, ma'am?
Yes, absolutely. I'm there.
Thank you, dear.
I
Thank you
hope
very
I'll be
much.
able to rapidly answer questions.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Dear friends, it was a lovely journey with our special guest. And now it's the time for the rapid fire segment. Let us go ahead and get to know the likes and dislikes of Dr. Bushra Iftikhar. Yes, ma'am. All the way from Srinagar, Jammu Kashmir, northern India, right? North India. That's beautiful. Dear ma'am, you are a good listener or a speaker? Any one?
I would say I'm a good speaker. I'm a bad listener.
No, I guess you're both a good listener and a good speaker as well. You know how you become a great speaker? Until you're a good listener, a perfect listener can be a great speaker. So you are all of that. Yes.
Thank you so much for adding something. Thank you for adding something in my life that was missing. Everybody tells me you are a good speaker, but you are a very impatient listener. You're the first person who told me I'm a good listener as well.
Yes, dear. That's the insight, because no one can just speak like that. You speak with such power. That means you've been listening a lot. Only then you get that willpower, that courage, and that special aura around you to spread that message. Yes, dear. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, what is the superpower you would want from the Almighty? In one word.
Yeah. Superpower would be money.
Great.
It's a power as well.
Yes.
Maybe you don't call it a power, but I call it a power.
Yes, it is.
Now I'll explain my choice as well. Though I was not supposed to explain, but just a minute or two.
Yes, dear.
If you see people living today in the world, there are so many people living below the poverty line. They're dying because they don't have any food. I don't want money so that money can do two things in your life. Money can spoil you, money can make you happy. People are today in the world using money for drugs, for alcohol, killing themselves, for smoking. I don't want this money. If money is going to come in my life for this purpose, I don't want that money at all. It's better to be poor than having a money which brings destruction in your life. I want money for another purpose. I want money so that I can always help people. I can help them whenever and how much I can. If I see somebody suffering, I want to take away the sufferings. I want to help them monitor. I want to help them as much as I can. Right now, as such, I'll tell you, this is what we're lacking in the world. If even the three most powerful or the three most wealthiest people in the world, they give some part of their wealth, they donate a percentage of their wealth. You know, as a Muslim, we are supposed to give out some part of our wealth in charity. It's called zakat in Islam. If everybody do that, I leave everybody. If just the three most powerful people in the world, three most richest people, that's not a powerful, I'm sorry, three most richest people of the world, if they give out a certain percentage from their wealth, poverty will eradicate from the planet. How beautiful is it? So this is what I mean. If you have money, you have power. So this is why I said this supernatural power, money. I want that. So this is just a little bit elaboration on money.
Inshallah, in the name of God, definitely you will reach that height, ma'am, where one fine day you're going to be one of the greatest, philanthropists. I would love to see you there.
Thank you so much.
With all my heart, and from International Fab Talks, we really wish that you become a great philanthropist. You're doing a great job already, but you reach much higher, heights where you could inspire everyone in the world and help to reduce poverty and bring back balance and safety in everybody's life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope I bring joy into the life of the common masses. I help people. This is the goal in everybody's life. We are not going to take anything from this planet.
Yes.
Everybody is eventually going to be, कहते हैं ना मिट्टी में मिट्टी हो जाना. Everybody is eventually going into this
go back
earth.
Into the mud.
Yeah, everybody is going to go back into this earth. Somebody in the form of ash, somebody directly cremation into the earth, but we are eventually going to be a part. Nobody is going to live till eternity. It's only God Almighty that is going to be till eternity. There's nothing that is eternal. You tell me about anything? You tell me about mountains? No. Mountains have a beginning, mountains have an end. Mountains are continuously moving because of the tectonic forces. But I'm into these things, so I know. I've read about it. So that is what I am saying, awareness. Mountains become because of technology. Maybe they are there for thousands of years, for millions of years, but then eventually it's going to go. You talk about anything, talk about a tree, 100 years, 200 years, 50 years. You talk about an insect, 2 days, 10 days, 15 days, it's going to go. You talk about a human being, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, okay, fine. 120 years, it's going to go. Everybody will go. Yes, it is God Almighty that is going to stay.
Yes, dear. Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that. That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, the next question coming up. Do you forgive others easily? Yes or no?
Now it is a yes. Initially, it was a no.
Oh, great.
Like when I was a child, I told you, again, can I go into it?
Yes, dear. You may take a minute.
I'm digging into every question. Sorry for that. Okay. Like when I was a child, I was very naughty, I told you. Naughty is one thing. At the same time, I was very sensitive. If somebody used to tell me something, it used to be stick in my heart, as well as it used to get stuck in my mind as well. And I would not forget it for the entire year. If somebody used to tell me anything, I was like, is it so? How to improve it? What to do about it? These things used to stay with me. So it was very difficult for me at that time to forgive and forget as well. But now, reaching this point in my life where I'm myself a mother, as I told you, I'm a mother. So at this stage, I have loosened things up. I've loosened my mind. I have loosened the heart. And now it's very easy to forgive. And even right now, I tend to learn new things in my life. I tend to learn new things, and that this knowledge brings the power in you to forgive people. It's not easy to forgive. It's very difficult. But once you let go this thing of forgiving people, once you let go others, you let go these things, you ease up your mind, the burden from your mind and your heart, it goes in. You instantaneously become calm. You become quieter. You become a better person inside out. So this is the purpose of forgiving, because you forgive yourself first. When you forgive others, you forgive a part of yourself. You forgive your mind. You forgive your heart. You become relaxed. You become a better person. So yes, now I'm able to forgive people. Even Previously, I was not. Some years back, I would say probably when I was in my teens, it was very difficult to forgive people. It was very difficult to come out of situations where I would see somebody who had done something to me. I would just like, ye hua tha, wo hua tha. But now things have changed. You grow out. Eventually, as time moves on, you learn new things in your life. So this is one of the new things that I picked up after my teens.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your journey, making us understand how you were a teenager and how you overcome that beautiful phase of not forgiving others. Of course, it's a beautiful phase. You have changed it and made it more beautiful. Of course, if somebody hurts us, it's not easy to forgive, right? And then the ability to forgive, you've developed that after becoming a mother. You know the importance of forgiveness and you become more large-hearted. You've opened up your mind, your heart, and accepted others. Wonderful, brilliant. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate yourself with regard to forgiving others?
An 8.
8.
It can't be 10. I'm not a saint.
How sweet.
I am not a prophet. I am just a human being. It cannot be 10. I'm not a saint. It cannot. If it would be a prophet, it would be 10. If it would be a saint, it would be 9. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a saint. I'm a common human being. The maximum I can do is 8. It can be 7 to 8. Between 7 to 8. Not even.
We'll keep it at 8. We'll keep it at 8. Yes, how 7 or 8, you're into that. So maybe I'll help you. It's like 8 because you're a good human being and you have a lot of positivity to share in the world. That's really very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Dear ma'am, you have to select any one now. Cakes, chocolates, or ice cream?
Chocolates.
Great, that's nice.
My absolute weakness.
Strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor, or butterscotch?
Chocolate. Yeah.
Summer, winter, rainy, autumn, or spring?
Spring.
Land, you love to travel by land, water, or air?
I have not traveled by water, so water.
Oh, great.
I have not traveled by water.
Adventure? Yes, you could try it out. Beautifully. You'd love to stay in a city, a village, or a little town?
I would say not a village, as in a little town. I would say a little town.
When you help others, do you expect anything in return? Yes or no?
No, not now.
Your idea of a beautiful day, a perfect day in one word?
Forgiving yourself.
Brilliant. That's the first time I've listened to this answer. I've taken over 100 interviews and a perfect day, forgive others. Forgiving. That instantly just flowed out of your heart, you know. It just
I know. It's simply, if you don't forgive, like I was just telling you, if you don't forgive others, you have a big trouble in your heart itself. If you forgive others, you're eventually forgiving yourself.
Great.
So every night, make sure you tend to forgive people. And nobody is going to carry anything from this world. Everybody, like I told you, everything is going to be at the end into the soil, or there is going to be an end to everything. So why to keep ego?
Yes.
What is a human being? Nothing. Eventually, we're going to be, what we eat. I'm a medical doctor, and even everybody, we know what we eat, how it goes through the body, how it comes out of the body. I mean, everything has an end. So why do we human beings think we are something great? No. We're created out of dust. We are going to go into the dust. This is an important part of life.
Yes.
If we remember that, we're always going to be humble. Why to raise the shoulders up? There's nothing great about having that high self-esteem. मैं कुछ हूँ, अपनी अना को रखना आगे. No. Let go of your ego. Let go of what you are. Try to forgive others. Try to forgive yourself. And ask forgiveness from God. The basic thing is, I believe, if you made any mistake, repent to your Lord. It gives an inner satisfaction. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is at fault. Nobody can be without any fault. One of the sayings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is, Kullu bani Adam. I'm using Arabic. I will translate it into the local language as well. Kullu bani Adam khata'un wa khayra khata'un at-tawwabun. Every son of Adam is a sinner. And the best of all the sinner and the best of all the men is one who repents. It's a big thing. You come back to the source, you see how much peace it will bring to you. If you forgive people, if you forgive people, you're eventually going to be at peace at heart. And if you are not able to forgive yourself, go to your Lord, ask for forgiveness, weep in front of your Lord. It is going to bring so much calmness, so much satisfaction down inside, that you will feel, no, there is this part was missing in my life. Just start to do that. Start to repent to the Lord, ask forgiveness. When you're able to do that part, you'll be able to let go of others also. You will able to actually forgive people who have done wrong to you as well.
Yes. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much for explaining that part very well. That's really nice. And if you can't forgive yourself, ask the Lord to forgive you. Go up to the Lord, weep, ask forgiveness, and feel good, and forgive others as well. Very nice, ma'am. Dear ma'am, are you a good cook? Yes or no?
I was not, I am. Again, there are many things that I'm asking like that, because teenage part was very different in my life. Now, as a mother, it's a very different part of my life. Now I'm a good cook. I would probably say that.
Great. Wonderful. The name of your favorite recipe?
Right now, what is popping up is like harissa.
Okay, great. That's
a Kashmiri cuisine. It's meat, just meat, minced meat, not just minced. It is a meat that is cooked over flame for more than 24 hours. It's just something where we take meat and we just boil it for a long time until it becomes tender. And at the end, you add a little bit of rice flour to it, and it becomes juicy, tender, and we eat it with, like in India, there's chapati. We have a special kind of roti over here, kandursot, that is called. So I need to explain my culture as well now.
yes.
Over here, we eat the kandursot with that harissa, and it's an absolute delicacy.
Wonderful.
And the other thing is wazwan. People in India are not actually much aware about our cuisine over here, Jammu and Kashmir. It is also a dish. It's not just a dish. It is more than 20 dishes. Non-veg.
Yes, dear. Yes. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. That's really very nice. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm a night out.
Night owl.
I wished I was an early bird, but I'm
Same
a night
here.
owl.
Me too. Dear ma'am, you love salty, sweet, or spicy stuff?
Spicy and sweet. I mean, not much into salted stuff, but sweet also I like. As I told you, I have a sweet tooth. I like chocolates a lot. So sweet, but spicy in terms of meals. I would like to have spicy food rather than bland.
Yes, dear. Are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert?
Extrovert.
Extrovert. When Dr. Bushra is alone, all to herself, she's connected to her thoughts. Where do your thoughts, or where does Bushra madam's thoughts take her? Does it take her into her past or future, or connected to the present? Which one would you choose?
It connects me into, probably it takes me into, I believe, not into reality. It takes me into dreams. Sorry to say. It's not my past, it's not my present, it's not my future. It is something that I dream about. It's my dream, my fantasies, my a fictitious world, which is not real as in. I'm not my past. I don't dream about my past, my present, or my future. It's just fictitious things. Like you asked me what I would be if I was not a dentist, what I would be. I told you a teacher. So these kind of things. My thoughts take me into these kind of things. I like to build up my mind. I like to work on bringing positivity in my own life itself. Because if you're not strong, you cannot be a strong. I'm a mother, I told you. If you're not strong, you cannot be a strong mother. You cannot raise a child. To raise a child, you need to really be very strong.
Yes. I get
You
that.
need to be a motivation for your child itself.
Yes.
A mother, every child looks up to the mother. Every child. Even animals, when they're born, they look up at their mother.
Yes.
Every animal itself. So we are human beings. We're not animals. We're human beings. But our children also, as they grow, eventually they are become a part of us. What we are, they become a part of them. So I believe we need to be strong. So I just dream about the things or something that makes me strong or brings positive energies into me. This is what it is. My thoughts take me into something where I dream, how can I improve my life? What are the things to be done to inculcate in my child? What are the things I can do for somebody else? Or I dream about the situations. Did I act wrong in this situation? What could have been better? Or what can I improve in the situation? Or if next time and a situation like that comes to me, what should my reaction be? How to improve myself? So there's just a thought process of improving myself.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Very nice. Dear ma'am, before we come to the end of this session, there are 2 more questions that I have to ask you.
Yes.
If there's a lovely book on a table and great music, where would you lay your hands? On the music system to enjoy some music, or on the beautiful book?
I believe book. Listen, in the beginning also I told you media is a strong thing to control your mind. You know the lyrics, even if you're not doing anything, but sometimes spontaneously you go on talking about saying the lyrics. So don't you feel it has a big impact on the mind of the people? I don't want something to control my mind. Initially I told you. So it's better to read a book than some garbage to go into the mind, because music, what music can do, it can control you completely. Young generation, if we actually teenagers, this music, it brings a lot of, I would say, something in their life that should not be at that stage. If we are able to control that, we can control a lot of suicides. We can control a lot of teenagers killing each other. So music is a big tool to control the mind. So I believe it's better to read a book than to listen to music.
Wonderful. So the first choice is reading a book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful, ma'am. Very nice to get to know about you, your work, your profession, your passion, your dedication to humanity and to your family as a mother. It was really very inspiring. We'd love to have you on many more Fab Talk shows to give us more insight into how they could really manage their oral hygiene, about this dentistry part. And actually, we'll have another session where you could just give a clear picture of everything. In this limited time, you have done justice, of course, you've been trying to present yourself very well and let the world know actually what you're into and how you could help them. Apart from that, personally, you also shared a lot of beautiful things with us. We are really very happy. One last question and then we'll end this show, ma'am. Yes, dear?
Okay, definitely.
Yes, dear. Dear friends, we have come to an end to this beautiful presentation today, but there's one last question which we will ask our special guest, Dr. Bushra Iftikhar. Dear ma'am, we all know that there are 3 magical words in the world. That is please, sorry and thank you. ये तो है ही है. सभी को मालूम है कि भाई इसका इस्तेमाल करने से अपना जिंदगी आसान हो जाती है. Apart from these 3 magical words, we make always a request. We put in a request to our celebrities who are here with us, that they should also kindly share 3 positive magical words which could influence our lives and create a better world.
Okay. 3 words would be harm no one. That's just one thing. No harm. Okay, fine. No harm. Love. Spread love. Talk softly.
How sweet.
Or be silent. It is, I would say it's probably 3 phrases I've put here, not 3 words. No harm. Talk sweetly or don't talk at all. If you don't like anything, don't be silent. But don't be rude. If something doesn't go according to your choice, be silent. Something said in anger, it can ruin your 100 years of help to somebody. Something you said when you were angry, the other person will never be able to forget it. But if you are silent that time, you keep composed, you keep your calm, you can do a favor to yourself and the society. So I believe these are the things.
Yes, dear. Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. My dear friends, if you get angry, just stay calm. Right? You do yourself a favor and a favor to everyone around you by just staying calm. Don't open your mouth because you lose 100 years of happiness and more. That's really nice, ma'am. We sign off on this beautiful note. Thank you, ma'am. We'd love to have you once again on this beautiful show called as the International Fab Talk Show. You have a lot to offer to the world. You are a great speaker and you are a great teacher as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for actually being there for me. It made me happy to spread, to talk about everything, to talk about my experience, to help people. I'm always there. And thank you for this opportunity as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. And God bless and stay safe. We'll be connected and stay blessed. Dear friends, with this, we'll come to an end to the session. And of course, if you need any help, any kind of information, any questions, you have the email in the description box, which we will be sharing once we forward the video. You could connect with ma'am at any given time. And friends, stay safe and keep your smile, as it is intact. Have good oral hygiene and of course, control over anger, stay silent. And that is what the message our special guest gives us today. Am I right, ma'am?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank
Next time, if I come and I have a session, I'll be sharing my WhatsApp number as well. If
Yes.
somebody wants to contact
you can share it
me,
now itself if you would like to. Is there
okay,
a
fine,
possibility?
fine. That is absolutely fine. If somebody wants to write down my WhatsApp number as well,
Yes.
for some oral health related things, I am there. It is 7006 130 661 7006 130 661. It's my WhatsApp number. If somebody wants to connect to me through WhatsApp, that's also even good. And my email address I've already shared previously in this video itself.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much, ma'am. Dear friends, that's really very nice of ma'am to be open, spreading out her wings across India and the globe to connect. No matter what the question could be regarding your oral hygiene, you could get connected with ma'am. She's always there. She's a great teacher. She will help you. She will reply back to your messages and your emails and be connected, be safe and stay safe. Spreading love and happiness across the globe. And ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Have a nice time.
Same to you, dear. Stay safe, friends. See you in the next episode. Thank you.